everybody, and a very warm welcome to One Hub Racing Season 29. We had P4, we had P3, and we had P2. It's now time for P1 to take to the Bahrain International Circuit for the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've seen 3 fantastic races. I wonder what P1 is going to have in store. My name is Jess Ball. I am back after a week off, and joining me once again, like last season, after doing a brilliant job in my place, is Jamie. And I missed a great race last week with a lot of action going on.
Yeah, you did. It was fantastic. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Yeah, it was great. Obviously, we had a lot of the yo-yo racing at the start, but then at the end, we had some really good battles at the front and a fantastic home win for Arnaud. Obviously, on home soil, his 4th win in One Hub Racing, and a great way for the Red Bull team, who had a great result with Owen in 4th place. The Red Bull team definitely had a great race last week. A few guys, I think, got a bit of points to prove this week, especially the Mercedes boys who didn't have the best of runs. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Should be good on a fundamentally, totally different type of racetrack.
We'll come a little bit more to that in a minute, but last week, yes, just to touch on the Mercedes being unlucky, Mertz unfortunately got a 10-second penalty due to him rejoining the track unsafely, which Josh was the unfortunate casualty. Josh still finished in 5th place in the end, but Mertz unfortunately dropped down a few places and only got 2 points, and we were expecting him to be up there near the top. That was one of the major incidents in the tier. Kieran did get a penalty as well. Apart from that, everyone else drove clean there. Alex almost got close to a win, so our reigning champion still is proving, Jamie, that he's got pace.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, it was a fantastic job by him, obviously. Yeah, great job. And he sort of came through the field a little bit there. He started on the hard tyre. Didn't really... It was a struggle early on, but it definitely come strong from in there. But I think Arnaud had it covered. I think Arnaud was the quickest driver last week. I think he managed everything so well, and once he got a gap, nobody was beating him. But yeah, Alex would be very happy with 2nd place. And also Logan as well. He signed up quite late, but he got in just in time, and I've heard him for him. He also had a great season last season. There's so many drivers who can win, and I was impressed by Josh as well, obviously from the P2 tier last season, moving right up here and fighting for wins in both races. He fought for the win in the pre-season race and again last week, and Josh was very impressive. And you got a shout out to Matt and Sam as well in the top 10 on their return after a long way out in such a quick tier. I think they didn't quite have the pace of the front running boys, but they definitely picked some fantastic points there for the Aston Martin team.
Yes, some really solid performances by a lot of drivers, actually. And you can see the standings on your screen. And we got one driver that is making his One Hub return in just a moment. We'll go through that in just a moment. But your constructors, Red Bull, unsurprisingly, leading by 10 points over Ferrari, with Arnaud and Owen being very consistent. Ferrari, I would say, I'm not surprised to be up there because obviously they have 2 strong drivers in there. It's going to be a bit of close fight between those 2 teams, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think it's going to be great to watch, and obviously I won't count the likes of, Mercedes in there as well, and I think there's a few other teams there, but I think Red Bull and Ferrari, it just looked a fantastic fight between them 2 guys who obviously in real life they fought for championships in the past, and looks like they could be in the One Hub Racing. And yeah, it's great to see Owen and Anna doing so well. Obviously they've been long-term drivers in the league, and they both seem to have found a new level in this game.
Yeah, they both have, and they probably took the regulations like a duck to water. But let's move on from last week, and let's move on to Bahrain, where the first Grand Prix was held in 2004 as a day race, where Michael Schumacher won that race, and then it became a night race back in 2014, where we saw a duel of the desert between Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, and then back in 2020 during COVID, we had 2 versions of the Grand Prix, where we saw, I think it was the outer layout towards the end of it, where George Russell missed out on the win due to him, the team putting on the wrong tires, and he filled in for Lewis Hamilton. But there you go. So let's get going to the main race action. I'm very shocked at what I could see on my screen, because as you can probably tell, Jamie, it's not night time. It is well into the day, and Evil Dragon said we hope we get a day race. Well, Jamie, we may as well get our wish. I think Lukey didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, it's obviously, I just want to set the lobby up because when you load the settings up, sometimes it goes to random, and I think it's set to random. Obviously, this race was a day race until 2014, when it switched to hybrid formula. We had the 2014. The 2014 race was an epic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton and Sergio Perez in the third place. I remember that 2020 race, Sergio Perez in the pink Pink Panther Racing Point. He obviously won that race from last after lap 1, so that is probably Sergio Perez's best ever F1 performance. So yeah, that was great to see, and obviously nice seeing back in F1 in Cadillac. And obviously we've got the Cadillac team making their debuts here tonight with two familiar drivers in Senna and J. Cole, as Josh sets a cracking benchmark lap time there of a 27.5.
1:27 was the predicted pole time after what we saw with Larkin in P2, but with all the target lap time has already been smashed by Josh. But yeah, good to see Senna and J. Cole making their return. Obviously missing last week, both of them I believe were away, but Senna just finishes his lap time. He slots himself into P4, and then we got J. Cole making his way in towards turn 7. But we have a last minute entry to One Hub Racing P1 tier, as Mert has just, wow, Mert, a 1:27.3. I'm astounded, I'm amazed, great job for him. But yeah, making his return to the P1 tier after a bit of a persuasion for myself and Loki is Axelot making his debut. He literally just picked up the game today. So he hasn't had that much time to practice. I'm not going to be expecting too much of him, but he said that the lift and coasting is not going to be too bad for him because he's used to it on Le Mans Ultimate. So welcome back, Axelot, even though it took a bit of persuasion for myself and Lukey to get him back, but he is here.
Yeah, just go for Colin to sign back up now. And
he's signing up on Thursday, he said.
Oh, nice, yeah, and obviously Axelot, yeah, obviously his brother doing great job in a P2 tier. Obviously we won last week, and I think he's doing quite well. I didn't quite see what he did in the race earlier, but he seemed to do quite well. So yeah, obviously his brother winning the race in Spa, and it's great to see Axelot back. And I wouldn't expect to see too much from him straight this race. I think this race is just about learning stuff, and he'll probably be at the back of this race. But I think once he gets up to speed, he'll be back up there. He had some good race last season in a difficult tier. I remember Hungary, he should have had a podium last season Hungary, but had a bit of bad luck. So yeah. Axelot is one to look out for later on, but don't expect too much tonight from him.
No, I think he's just getting a feel for the game because we were all here once trying to get used to these new regulations. But luckily, on this track, the battery management, pretty simple, not much lifting and coasting, so it's going to be absolutely fine for all of our drivers involved. So if people are struggling with the battery, we get to see a little bit of a pace evenness, I think. I think it's going to be an even playing field for all of our drivers. And people were saying that the tyre deck around Bahrain is not too bad compared to what we would expect. I thought the tyre deck was going to be difficult compared to what we were saying from the P4 drivers, but for these set of drivers, they seem to me to find the tyre deck to be pretty decent. So we are watching Arnaud making his way through to avoid Senna has left the session. Hopefully we can get him back soon as well, as we're seeing more drivers set lap times. Purple set to 1 for Arnaud, as I'm just trying to see if he's on a lap or if he's pushing. No, yep, he's pushing. He's pushing. Yeah, he's using his battery. It's quite common in this tier for multiple drivers to be going on multiple laps. So they might have gone for a cool lap, a fly lap, then a cool lap, then a flyer, whereas Arnaud's done a flyer, then a cool, and then a flyer again. So he makes his way towards turn number 12. Now, you don't use the curb too much. It's what Lukey's found in practice. It can unsettle the car massively, especially in these conditions now that it's in the dry and not in the night time. And many people would have not expected it. So Arnaud, last week's race winner, has got a point to prove. Of course, leading the constructors, both Arnaud and Owen. Owen currently sitting in P3. Arnaud will definitely want to beat his teammate to try and beat the rivalry there, using just enough battery to get to the line, and he doesn't improve that much. He stays in a couple of attempts to P5, so he improves in time, but not position, Jamie.
No, that's not good for him. As Alex and Costa, what can he do? Obviously, I expect to be near the front. He's second place there. Obviously, Mert had the pole last week, and Alex on the front row, about a tenth and a half off his great rival in the Mercedes. Obviously, Mert now, this season, he's equal number 1 with Marco. And at the moment, it looks like Mert has got the advantage of Marco. It looks like the order switched from them to obviously the Williams last year, now in the Mercedes. And it looks like the moment Marco's put a bit of a seems to have a bit more confidence than Marco. Marco was struggling a bit in the battery last week, and I think Mert sees his opportunity maybe to take that lead fight in the Mercedes team.
I think Marco's just knocked the brake and marker board off, so that might have costed a bit of time. But yeah, he's putting some into P7, so he's not quite in the 127s yet. But surely there's a lot of time to improve, and many drivers struggling with the battery, which is a bit of a shame, really. We also got another driver making her One Hub Racing debut. We got Alexis Mason, and no, she's not related to Colin R. Mason. They're two completely different people, but she's in the Williams. She admitted to me that she's feeling very nervous, but she's very excited with the task at hand. Of course, she's got a familiar teammate they worked well before, of Charlotte Perkins. So let's see what she could do in her first race, heading towards turn 8. And she's purple set to 1. Hopefully it's not a glitch, but what we saw in P4, it might have been a glitch. Through in towards turn 10, not quite the line that I would have taken around this corner. I think she struggled a little bit there, making her way towards turn 11. Takes a little bit of the curb in towards this corner, into 4th gear. On the last gear, you can take it 5th gear, no problem, but there's some corners where you have to take it lower gears through here to gain the best speed. Heading in towards turn 13 now. This is a straight line mode. She got a bit squirmy on the exit, which is not good at all. I think she's going to lose quite a bit of time in the final sector, making her way in towards turn 14 and 15. The final straight mode to go, uses all the battery, and she's aborted her run, so she's not happy with that at all.
Yeah, if you're not up in like battles of pit and just come out, obviously these drivers will probably set softer strategy for qualifying. We did a lobby restart, so they'll force that soft, come in. Yeah, and I think the drivers will thank her, because I noticed that the hairpin, she took out the bollard. So I think all the 18 other drivers will thank her for that job.
Oh, that was yeah. I think there was one other driver that took the bollards as well. So, but it's not good if you're running hardly any assist, or you like me and use a brake marker boards for lifting and coasting. But since this track hardly relies on lifting and coasting anyway, it doesn't even matter. We've got multiple drivers about to finish their laps, including Mertz, who's our current pole sitter. Mert, of course, needs to score some big points if you want to challenge the likes of Alex and Arnaud in at the championship. Up to the line they go, and he also goes into the pit lane. So multiple drivers, Jamie, not happy with their lap times.
No, and if you feel like you're not going to improve, you might as well just pick. You waste 2 minutes doing the outlap, and you can't do 4 runs normally, but if you bought a run, then you can do 4 runs. So that's what these guys are looking for. And a good lap there by Matt FNG, 8th place in the Aston Martin, 28.1. These guys get up to speed a little bit more. There's we've got Axel Locke, who's on a 29.5, who is a slight improvement there for the Haas man, who's slowly getting up to pace in the league. As Josh now up to 3rd place there with a
He's improving.
27.5. Yeah, doing really well. Now see what Owen can do. He's the next guy on the lap. He's going to go through sector 1 now. Is it up or is it down sector 1? Obviously, it's hard to tell sector time sometimes, because the battery is just so different. You could be 3 temps up in a sector and 3 temps down in another sector. So I think these guys will be a bit more balanced. As Josh can move to 2nd place there, he actually goes even quicker with 27.3. He's only half a tenth behind Mert. Great job there by the Alpine man.
Josh, I feel like is so settled in this tier, and if things are going to move up, and with Mert and Josh being, I think, the main rivals in this tier, they're going to hope that they don't get involved in a bit of contact like we saw last week. Plenty of other drivers about to complete their 2nd laps. A few drivers actually going into the pit lane, as same with Axel as well. Lukey's about to start his run. Charlotte's about to start her run as well. It's hard to tell who's who, because Ferrari and Audi look very, very similar, which very, very confuses me. But let's watch Owen Wyatt on a lap time. He's currently 4th at the moment. He's got to find 4 attempts if he wants to challenge Mert for pole position. Can he do it? No, but he's a 27.4, so he lost out by about a tenth, and that's decent again for Owen Wyatt, who's very consistently in the top 3 in qualifying.
Yeah, impressive lap there. He was about 2.5 temps of piece lap there. Nice sizable improvement there, and he'll go get one more run, as these guys now are starting to. This is their penultimate runs. This is where I start to see the guys pushing really hard. And Charlotte, under a bit of pressure, yet to set a lap time in the Williams. She'll want to get a good lap on the board to get some confidence ahead of the final run. As Sabster goes up into 7th place there for 27.8. So the Aston Martin boys keep going better as the season progresses. So I believe Josh is coming to pits now. He's going to go for a final run. Let's see what Craggy can do in 5th place. Obviously, Craggy, a previous champion. He's back for a full season with Alex, and that is a teammate pairing that was right on the deadline. And I say that it looks like a strong pairing. And they got that in just in time. And I I think they're both glad they did.
I think you were going to place them in that anyway, weren't you? So but in a way, I'm kind of glad they decided to pair up together, because what a pair. We got 3 champions on this grid. Of course, unfortunately, Kieran's struggling with the battery management side of things in this tier compared to Alex and Craggy, but I can't wait to see them fighting. And of course, we've got 2 potential champions fighting against a pair of them as well. So this is the tier to watch every week as Craggy unfortunately goes into the pits.
Yeah.
I did see someone improve on their lap time, but I wasn't quite sure who it was. But I'll keep an eye on that.
Charlotte's up to 8th place.
Yeah, Charlotte's moved up to 8th place. Solid lap.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah, head of Marco should be very happy with that, I think.
Yeah, to be fair, I've seen her race around Bahrain before, and she's pretty decent, so I'm going to be keeping my eye on her as well. Her teammates out on... No, she's not out on the lap, she's in the pits, never mind. So she's struggling to get up to speed right now. Let's watch Alex then, our reigning champion. You've got quite a lot of battery to use heading towards turn 11, so save that quite a bit. You can actually save quite a bit getting towards turn 11 and 12 as you carry a lot of speed there, and then you burn a bit as you enter turn 13. Clip the car into 4th gear, straight line mode once more. It's going to be hard to touch your braking points in these type of conditions when it's in the daytime. Hopefully Lukey gets it right in the race where it's nighttime, please, because otherwise that's going to make it tricky if you haven't practiced in the dry. And Alex makes his way into the pit lane. Every time I commentate on a lap, they all go into the pits.
I think we're cursed.
Yeah, we're cursed. Yeah.
Still time for him to come out again, though. That's why he probably felt not much improvement there. No point going. That's Lukey who's the 13th place there. Lukey's trying to find. Lukey's improving as it goes along. Only second off pole. That's a good lap there by the Haas man. Obviously now he's got teammates, so he's not on his own lonesome anymore.
Yeah, and it's a teammate that he knows, and we know that they're in a party together, and Lukey will be giving tips, and obviously Axelot bringing his LMU experience to here to know when to lift and coast and stuff like that, and Lukey can give him tips on setups. But of course you can get setups from Sim Racing Setup by using the code 1HubRace. You can get 10% off if you don't have a clue on how to do setups. Cheeky plug there, but highly recommend it, especially if you don't know how to use the ERS in qualifying, because it gives you some nice tips on where you could use your battery. Very, very good indeed. 2 minutes and 30 seconds of qualifying. Mert is currently leading with a 1:27.3, and Josh Robin in P2. Josh is one of the early drivers set to go on his outlap. Same with Dave, Senna and J. Cole. Dave, I felt like he wants to improve from last week. Everyone now is going on outlaps. Arnaud, I don't think he's going to make it back into the pit in time, but Arnaud's on another run. We'll see if he can improve as he makes his way towards turn 13 now, James.
Yeah, that's right. It was a bit around the curb. That's all going to start the car. That's going to lose in time there. Just a bit too key on the throttle there for the Red Bull man, so he's going to lose time. He's backed out of it, I believe. His lift, though, is just a big lift. It's hard to tell these cars if he lift or backing out. He's coming to pits. He knows that lap's no good.
That's
so his quality session's over, I'm afraid. No chance coming out again. Yeah, just got a bit too aggressive on the curb there. So he's retired from the session, so yeah, his lap's done. So the best he can do is 5th on the grid.
Yeah. Which is a shame for Arnaud because he would have wanted pole today, but like we saw last week.
The last corner.
Yeah, there's a few drivers coming towards the last corner. I think we've got a few of the Audis coming through the last corner. So Logan and Kieran.
Up to 14th.
And Logan.
Good improvement there for the...
No, he doesn't improve. Kieran improves. Yeah, better lap, yeah.
He got like slipstream of his teammate though, so that might help him in the first sector.
That should definitely help him in the first sector. If I was an animal, I would go again on that one. But let's know your predictions on who we think, or who you think is going to get pole position. I can't remember who I predicted at the top of my head. It might have been, it was Josh actually, and he's second. So I still have a good chance. Who's your pick of pole, Jamie, before we end it?
I think Mert's got a 0.1 in him. I think Mert will do it.
So you think he could get near the 26s then?
Yeah, I think Mert, he was on a good lap earlier, but a bit of a mistake. And I think he's going to make it back-to-back poles. He just seems the man in qualifying so far this season. He's stepped up a level compared to last season. It's sort of started to end of last season really, where he got a lot of podiums. He's yet to win a race officially. He won the pre-season race, but his goal now will be to win a race officially. He could have done last week, but starting the hard tyres it made him lose so much ground. But he was quick at the end of the race, but unfortunately copped that penalty, and he's a bit back in the championship now. But luckily for him, it's 14 races this season, so there's 2 extra races to make up that ground pedal last season.
I saw McLaren lose it in towards turn 1. I wasn't quite sure who that was.
It's Dave. Dave's only in McLaren here because Gabe's not racing. Dave's in the gravel.
Yeah, Dave's in the gravel, unfortunately. But we got multiple drivers finishing their lap times. The checker flag has dropped, so everyone has just finished their lap times. Kieran's going to make his way into the pit, so that is his qualifying done. We got one of the Alpines, and no, it's not Matter. It's his teammate of Josh, who comes up to the line. Is it going to be enough for pole? Is it going to be enough to beat Mert? I don't think so. Oh, that is so close, but I know Mert can find a 0.1 in him, so we'll see what Mert could do. Let's get the lap data. There we go, so we can see if they're fast or not. That I didn't have that all session, and that really bugs me. We got Matt FNG, who just came across the line.
Mert's invalidated.
P10. Mert's invalidated then, so it looks like it could be pole for Josh, unless Alex could do something about it. He's 2 100s down, so he's got to find a miracle. Samster across the line in a P7. Matter does not improve. We got the 2 Williams ladies up towards the line. We got Charlotte goes up to the line in 27.7. That's very solid from her. And Alexis goes into 16th. I don't think she'll be happy with that. Last across the line will be Atzelot. Alex has retired from the session. Atzelot has invalidated, and we're just waiting for Senna then. Where is Senna? Where are you? There you are. And he's down.
He's also lap, I think.
Josh has got pole for today's Bahrain Grand Prix, and thank you very much. That's a point for me in the predictions championship. Whoa.
Yeah, well done. I think Colin didn't there. It's his 5th pole in one racing, but obviously he's first in the top tier, so congratulations there. First top tier pole. Josh and Mert on the front row. I'd say Charlotte, great job there, 4th on the grid. The 2 Irish drivers, 7th and 8th on the grid. Only 4/10 off pole, fantastic. We've got Josh on pole, Mert 2nd, Owen White in 3rd, keeping his good form. Alex 4th, Arnad 5th, Craigie 6th, Charlotte 7th, Samster 8th, Senna 9th, Matt 10th, Marco 11th, Dave 12th, Animal 13th, Lukey 14th, Kieran 15th, Mason 16th, J. Cole 17th, Matter 18th, and Axelock 19th. We've got 2 seconds separating the field. We've got 1.5 separating the first 18.
That's insane. If you want a tier to watch on a Sunday evening, P1 is the best, because we saw last week how close it can get and how you and Colin almost lost your voices last week, in particular you, because of how excited you both were. But I think Bahrain is just going to be even more exciting, so make sure you do not tune out and wait for the action. We do have the lobby restart to contend with, but the drivers have been busy in the press conferences yesterday, including one of our newest drivers to the league, Alexis. She was asked in the press conference yesterday, after seeing the first race in Belgium, what are your targets for the upcoming season, and who do you think you'll be fighting for the most? And she said, my targets for this season is to try and get some podiums. I don't really know much of the competition by my teammate, and we'll fight this together, especially after a pointless first round. So she wants a podium, not quite up there yet, but again, she doesn't know much about the pace of these drivers, so it'll probably take a while for her to get on the podium. But qualifying and the race is a different beast.
Yeah, but I think the best way to learn in such a thing is to learn by racing. Racing the highest tier possible, because you can learn what other drivers do. And you can maybe, if you're in the garage and qualify, you go on board with a driver, see what they're doing. And I know when I commentate on this tier, I do like to watch some of the drivers, tell them see what they're doing. I try and pick up some tips for myself racing. So I think racing these guys, you see what they do, and I think for the first race, you just want to get a good, solid finish. If you can get points, it'd be fantastic. But just get a finish and sort of figure out how to drive these cars. And I think she'll be doing a good job. And to qualify for the top tier is incredible, because look at the front guys, how quick they are. So I think she should be proud of what she did in a qualifying week to get into that top tier.
Honestly, this was a tier where we had no problem deciding who was going to be in what tier because of how quick they were. There's obviously a few drivers that were struggling near the back, but for everybody else, they seem to be fitting this tier no problem. So I can't wait to see what the race is has in store for all of our drivers. I'm trying to pick up one of the pre-race interviews, including Mert, and Mertz was saying on whether he was going to do some wet or dry practice, and he said he won't practice, and he was confident in getting P1 in qualifying. Well, it's not going to be up there, so he has one main mentality: he wants to win this race, Jamie.
Yeah, that's the right way to go. You're desperate for that win, and that's the best way to go. I think positive attitude is always the best way to race. Even if you're not feeling confident, the best way to show is positive attitude. It shows the other drivers you're there to mean business.
Yeah, and of course, Mert's definitely going to be a championship contender. And when Alex was asked about battery management and what you're going to do to make sure you maximise your performance in qualifying in the race, I love this answer. Go fast. Very nice, Alex. Very nice. I think we had something similar in the P40 as well, where we saw someone.
I think I said something similar.
Oh yeah, you said something similar as well. That was you.
Yeah,
okay.
But I'm not as fast as these guys, so I'll do as fast as my ability goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I can do, really.
Alex just says go fast. Alexis said do what I did in previous league races with the battery, which worked. And I've watched that, and it was pretty good. I'm just trying to see if we've had any other P1 responses. I'm trying to find Lukey because I swear Lukey has responded at some point. I have to scroll all the way down. You can tell I'll be busy. Oh, Josh just said practice for battery management. A very solid way to look about it. Battery management for Matter, practice. And in terms of overtakes, Matter says stick with the train and take advantage of any mistakes. That's what we saw, I think, in P4 here, where we saw Jake move a little bit further back to start with, and then there was a kerfuffle near the end, and he managed to finish P6 at the end in that race. So Matter having the right approach there, sometimes to not take any risks if you're near the bottom, because who knows, you could score some points with the top 12 scoring points.
Yeah, and Jake in the P40 started a hard tyre, and obviously he cost out start of the race, but he had a big offset nobody else had in the race, and he was just able to pull away. He did by the battle, but he had a 3-lap offset on me, and I just couldn't keep up with him. And yeah, he got a 6th place, a good result, and the Alpine boys did a good job in their P40 again. Yeah, 5th and 6th.
Yeah, fifth and sixth for them. And of course the Alpines here, Josh Robin, the highest out of all the drivers so far, and is looking to get a few places better than last week and win the race and not get involved in contact with Mert. Now, I can't really change my top 3 because I've already made my predictions. Jamie, who is your predictions for the top 3 now we've had qualifying?
I'm gonna say I think Josh may win the race. I think he looks confident. He looks really good. I think Josh will convert this pole into win. I'll go Owen White for 2nd place and Mert for 3rd. That's my prediction. So I have a top 3 in the grid, but a slightly different order. I think Owen has got a point to prove. He felt a bit unfortunate. He felt a bit robbed last week by not being able to get that podium due to his penalty. I think Owen obviously he couldn't get it removed in the stewards. I think Owen is desperate to get that podium tonight, and he looks on great form. And it's great to see Owen back. He seems to.
He seems to find his groove. He seems to find his groove on this game, because on the last game he felt like his pace wasn't there. He I think he withdrew for the remainder of the season because of other commitments, and he just didn't like the game. But I think this is a game for him, I think, and he seems to be very, very enjoying it, which is great to see, of course. For those of you that don't know Aaron, he's a fellow commentator, and, of course, a bit of bias. You always want to see commentators do well, so it's great to see him adapting well to this game. And, of course, he has the Belgian waffle himself, as Colin likes to call him, of Arnold, helping him as well. So we've got a good pairing there. But before we head to the main race action, I usually do this, but since I did this in P4, I don't need to do this anymore for P1 tonight. Jamie, can you talk us through our sponsors?
Yeah, no bother. I'll go through it right now. So yeah, I'll say we have to thank our sponsors and partners for their great support as always during these seasons. And obviously our main sponsor league, the title sponsor, is Delta.app. This is for over 18s only. All your investments are in one app. Make smarter decisions like the world's top investors and track your journey to success with Delta. If you use the command !Delta in the Twitch chat or quick link in the YouTube description when this goes on YouTube, you will be able to use it to track your investments. We're also sponsored by Next Level Racing, a long-term sponsor of the league. They provide some prizes each season, and obviously their equipment, check them out, Next Level Racing, for their equipment on the website. Sim Racing Setups, they provide a pro setup bundle for this 26 DLC created by the top esports drivers. They offer dry, inter and wet setups. There's also 2 types of dry setup: a safe mode, so if you don't feel too confident, you can use that one. And also in esports mode, if you feel like you can push a bit more. They also provide strategy chips and a track map on when to use ERS in qualifying and also in the race. They also sponsor the league by providing vouchers for our weekly Driver of the Day award winners, and also the Driver of the Season award gets a £100 bonus, so for voucher for the website. You can use the code OneHubRacing to get 5% off these setups, but also 10%, sorry, 10% off these setups. It says 5% on the thing, so sorry. The Pure Sim Gear, the sponsor league by providing the sim racing socks and gloves to the driver with the most fast laps and poles over the season. You can also use the code OHR10P, all in capitals, to get 10% on their sim racing socks and gloves. 10% off, sorry. Vespertine, they provide us with our official apparel and also some great merchandise prizes for our championship winners at the end of the season. And also SimGrid, they power us through the season. They provide us with the community platform. They also do all our league sign-ups, all our results, all our championship standings, and Cam's usually on the ball. And usually you get these results, provisional results, on literally about an hour after the race is done. So we've already got the P4 and P3 results provisional on SimGrid already, and I think the P2 ones will be up pretty soon as well. So yeah, shout out to Cam, shout out to SimGrid to make our job a lot easier.
Yeah, massive shout out to Cam. Of course, he was the one who does the rankings each week as well, which I find quite interesting as well. So thank you very much to him. And of course, the P4 ones don't go out straight away because Cam races straight after a P3. So you have to wait a while for the P4 ones to go live. But usually for the other tiers, in particular P1, the results go up very, very quickly. So SimGrid does help me. It also helps our drivers as well see where they stand earlier on as well. But luckily, Lukey has put it on the right setting now. It is now a night Bahrain, which is great to see. It's going to be starting clear and it's going to be overcast with our adaptive weather system. We were very close to getting rain in the red wheel. It almost got to the very wet section, but it just missed out on that. But I don't think any of our drivers, apart from Craggy, would have wanted wet anyway.
Yeah, the only two drivers wanted Craggy and Chris in the P2 tier. They also wanted it dry. Even when someone like him wants a dry race, you know so much.
He won! Normally... Of course he did, he won!
That's why he wanted dry race, because his dry pace was so good. So I don't blame him. I've been in the exact same situation like that last season. I didn't want a wet race at all, but yeah. Shout out to Larkin winning in the P2 tier on his return. And yeah, it's great to see. And so Mercedes pick up a win there, as we are going to get underway very shortly. Obviously, drivers will get time to load their setups and their strategy and starting fuel load. And what do you think the strategy beyond here? Do you think we'll see a few softs? I think in this tier, we may see a few soft guys. I mean, obviously, these guys are the best at managing tyres, and we've seen softs in the other tiers work quite well. So maybe we might see soft or medium, maybe that might be the strategy. Definitely
not hards. Definitely don't select the hards. But I could see every other tyre work really well. I did see Wolf use did two softs, and it still worked quite well for him. So I think starting on softs, mediums is probably more viable tyre, but I think we could see quite a few mixed strategies from some drivers starting on the softs and make it work quite well. I think we've seen it in P2 as well, with quite a few people starting on softs. Bahrain's a track where I've only found out after P4 where the tyre deck is actually not too bad compared to previous tracks, so expect to see the soft use a bit more often, but obviously in a one-stop race. But anyway, we are about to get going then. The 5 red lights are on here in the P1 tier. The final race of the evening here in Bahrain is underway, and let's see who gets a good start. Looks like it's pretty even between the Mercedes and the Alpine. Into turn 1 that they go. Mert tries to go around the outside of Josh. Josh struggling a little bit. Owen Wyatt with a decent launch in towards turn 2. Owen Wyatt takes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix in the P1 tier. Josh got absolutely mowed, but Mert tries to attack Owen Wyatt in towards turn 4. Couldn't quite do it. Arnold trying to get past Craggy, but Craggy's saying no thank you. Craggy wants to get that position back. Side by side with turn 5 at 5 and 6. We've got one of the Aston Martins has had a knock. That's at Matt FNG in the background. Yep. Matt FNG is spun, unfortunately. Marco making his way through the field up into 10th. He's had a good start. Going side by side with Samster. But what a start from Owen Wyatt, Jamie.
Yeah, fantastic. Up 2 places. He really nailed that. Very aggressive in turn 1. It paid off a massive treat there up, and Josh down 4th place. Josh got an issue good launch, but he got sort of mugged in turn 1, turn 2, came out in 4th place. And yeah, Matt FNG has wing damage, so unfortunately you will have to pick this up. It's quite severe wing damage. On this game, wing damage is a lot worse than on previous games. So yeah, we've got a mixture of tyres, starting tyres. We've got a lot of mediums and softs, and the only guy on hard is Jay Cole in 16th place. But the majority of guys are starting the medium tyre, going for a slightly longer stint at the start of the race.
I think we're seeing, are we seeing the Williams split in the strategy as well, just to get a bit of data in? There's a few breaker marker boards have been knocked off in the background on the exit of turn 14, but hopefully not many people are going to be too annoyed about that. Now, overtake mode is enabled, so anyone that's within 1 second of the car ahead has the extra boost mode, which you can find on the telemetry in blue. So Mert is showing in blue at the moment because he's within 1 second of Owen, whereas Owen doesn't have that because obviously he has some clear air. So this is Mert's opportunity to try and close in on Owen and really gain that extra speed, but he's not going to do so yet. He's not going to take too many risks this early on into the race. But for anybody on the soft, this is going to be game on for these people, because if the ones on the soft don't get a move on, starting on the soft would be completely pointless. But there's quite a few people that have not moved at all, but plenty of drivers that have gained and lost position. Let's just see who's lost and gained the most, actually. The one who lost the most is Matt, actually. Senna's dropped 4, Samson's dropped 2, and Josh has dropped 3. Biggest gainer was Logan, again, like last week. He gained 5 places, so he's usually the biggest gainer of the start, and I think at the moment this season he's gained the most out of anybody. As we're seeing one of the Owls, he's almost getting past Charlotte Perkins there, so he could have gone another one, but yeah.
Logan, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems to be quite confident in traffic. I notice it when I'm on board him sometimes. He just seems to find the right place to be at the start. Obviously, I know about Fernando Alonso's always good at that as well. You find the right place to be at the right time. And it's just a Matt FNG with he's missing an end plate, but he's staying out. Maybe try and get some sort of pit window. Maybe I think it's too early to pit now, because you won't have enough tyres getting in the races. Logan's got a great run on Charlotte here, up into, it's actually touch a bit there, as back out of it there, just losing straight line speed. You think a guy's going to go overtake, but they just lose so much straight line speed. They've got Dave and Samson going side by side. When Dave's up the inside and he gets the move done, Samson had to back out of there. Nice move there by Dave, up in the 10th place.
We also saw Josh getting past Arnold again. Mert almost got past Owen. There's a lot of argy-bargy happening near the front. So we're seeing Josh and Alex going side by side in towards turn 5. Josh getting the upper hand, and he's reclaiming the places he's lost at the moment. A big slide though, as they make their way through. But yeah, Josh back up into 3rd and trying to get back up into 3rd place. Arnold trying to get near his teammate, and it's going to be quite difficult to get through the heavy braking zone of turn 9 and 10. I said in the P4 stream, turn 9 and 10, one of the trickiest corners on the calendar, and I think a lot of people are definitely proving that today, as Kieran has been overtaken by J. Cole in the Cadillac. Good to see the Cadillac in the top tier for the first time in One Hub Racing. It just looks good, but obviously it's the livery from the beginning of the season. Hopefully it'll be up to date with a patch which will come out, I think. I don't know when, don't ask me, I'm not psychic, but there you go. But it's nice to see a Cadillac at One Hub Racing, as Mert is right on the back of Owen Wyatt with that overtake mode. Surely this is going to be moved on. Oh, he's had a bit of a slide coming out the last corner.
Yeah, not ideal there. It's just so difficult to get a traction last corner of these guys. So difficult traction. That Cadillac livery looks a bit weird because one side's like black and one side's white. It does look a bit off-putting. But yeah, hopefully we'll get the new one. As Alex now gets past Josh again for 4th place. We've got a Ferrari off. That's Alex. He's down 4 or 5 places there. So we need to contact there between the Ferrari and the Alpine. He's down 4 or 5 places. He's caught the end of it there. So Alex, not good for him. Down a load of places, and he's got to make this move up again. But Charlotte's up 6th place. Charlotte is holding her own on the soft tyre. Yeah,
I think she's doing similar to what we saw Wolf do in the P40, and quite a few other drivers in the other tiers as well. And she's got to keep that pace throughout the rest of the stint before she then goes on to a set of the mediums or the hards. The benefit of her being on the soft, if she has that flexibility to either go onto the mediums or the hards if she wanted to, whereas every other driver only has the hard or the soft left, but it does depend on what tyres people selected. I know you, Jamie, on your race, you selected double hard, which would have worked for you without that pit stop malarkey, but for some drivers they've gone double mediums. Every single tier has gone for a mix of strategy, which is always nice to see in one-up racing with these new regulations. And so far the top three still not budging. We thought Mert was going to get Owen White this lap, but it looks like he's stuck in a Red Bull sandwich, and the Red Bulls are not letting this one go. But this could be a good opportunity this lap maybe for Mert.
Yeah, gets good exit there, but Owen's using a bit of battery there. Owen's battery's quite good. He's only like 50%. He's actually got more battery than Mert, and Owen's controlling this quite nicely. It's Arnaud now. He's sort of sitting back, playing a bit of a waiting game on the Mercedes guy. We've got Josh who's right in there. We've got Charlotte and Animal going to start playing, banging wheels in turn one. They're going to come out turn two. Charlotte's ahead, but Logan will get the bare exit, and Logan, is he going to slingshot up the inside turn 3 here? Just turn 3, it's a good run. You go side for you, but if you're on the outside, you can fight back. But I think Logan is going to give Charlotte room. Charlotte is going to fight back on the outside on the soft tyre, and Charlotte keeps 6th place. But the problem is, Charlotte has now lost the second gap to the guy ahead, so the top 5 are starting to break away a bit now with this fighting behind.
We saw that in the P4 tier. I think it was P2 and P3. They were losing so much time fighting each other, where they just could have been working together to maybe have one person get past the leader. We had a spin. That's Arnaud. Arnaud's had a spin through turn 10. I think he just got on the full too early, and potentially he was on the boost just before the corner, and that's what sent him to a spin. It's very important on this game that you don't go on the full too early when you've just been on boost, because it's not like previous games when you go off boost, it goes completely. It takes a while to go back to either none or medium, so please think about that. Or maybe he just got a bit more on the curb, I don't know. But it's a bit of a shame for Arnaud, because he was doing so well, the Belgian waffle. I'm going to keep calling that now because of Colin. You're welcome, Colin. But meanwhile, Logan has got back past Charlotte Perkins, and one of the softs are starting to die down a little bit for her. And speaking
Alex
of Alex, understandably, he's wanting to get out of this traffic. He comes in. Arnaud comes in. Yeah, I'm not surprised for the drivers that have come into the pits, to be honest. We'll see what tyres they go on, and I think it's hards for Alex, and for Arnaud is going to be hards too. So hards for both of them. The undercut could still work in their favour. This could be useful data for Owen with Arnaud pitting now.
Yeah, and just show their communication. Yeah, after a spin like that, the tyres do heat up, and it's so difficult to test what temperature. It's sensible for Arnaud to pit there, just get some clean air, try and get back in the race. I think Arnaud has the pace to come back through the field, but it's going to be difficult for him because these guys, it's so congested in this mid-pack, and yeah, it's a shame for Arnaud there, but there's still plenty of lap time to go, so it's not over yet for him. He can still get a decent result.
Yeah, it is definitely still not over if your name is Arnaud. I mean, sorry about the PowerPointness of the stream so far, because the frames are dropping like crazy. So do apologise, but we have got plenty of laps to go of this race, and thank you for joining us so far in this one. If you haven't already, please drop us a follow if you haven't already, as we've got plenty of opportunities for people to make some inroads in this race as we're about to start lap 7. Owen Wyatt is still holding strong with the battery management as we got Josh comes in to the pit lane. Yep, Josh comes into the pit lane to do his stop, so it's going to be his first stop of the race then, and I wonder what tyre he is going to be on. I think for him it's going to be the mediums. Okay, so he's going double medium, something I was not expecting.
No, definitely not. He's going a bit aggressive there. Obviously, a quicker tyre to start off with, shorter life, but a quick tyre. So I'm assuming he's going medium hard, pitting that early, because I think medium soft would be a stretch if he's pitting lap 7. So yeah, I'm assuming he's going medium hard, as the front three are very close to each other. Craggy is coming back into this now. Obviously, he had not a great qualifying for him, but his race pace seems as strong as ever in that Ferrari. We've got a Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari fighting over the race lead at the moment. And so Owen White's doing a fantastic job in lead. He's led the majority of the laps, and I have to say his pace management has been superb so far. He's got his belly's in your battery either, so Owen is. This is superb for the Red Bull driver. The only problem is his fuel light is in yellow, so he may have to do a bit of fuel saving later on. But in this game, it's a lot easier fuel saving than last year's game.
You can underfuel. I think knowing Owen, he's probably underfueled by the perfect amount. So don't worry if you see the orange light, the yellow light on this game, because I think on most tracks, if you don't underfuel, you're going to lose so much more time. As Owen went a bit late going into the pit lane, but he did use all that white line, so he's okay. So Owen Wyatt comes in into the pit lane to get his first stop out the way, and he's one of the first of the leaders to come in onto the set of the hard compound of tyres. He goes, and he got a battle between Marco and Charlotte into turn one, a bit skirmish as Marco tries to get past Charlotte. This is for the lead on a track. Charlotte trying to defend from Marco. That was very, very close in a D. Meanwhile, by the way, Josh has got ahead of Owen Wyatt due to that undercut then. So Josh has gone for mediums, Owen has gone for hard tyres. So that undercut has worked here. Let's see if Josh can keep up the pace, but we know how better Owen Wyatt is with that battery management, and he's now going to have that overtake mode. Josh won't, so we'll see if that's going to make a difference for Owen.
Yeah, definitely, and it just shows you this track is the overcut is so powerful around here. You can gain about 2 seconds of a good undercut around here, and that shows there. Josh in the lead now. He's got to try and break away whilst Owen's getting these tyres of temperature. It'll take a bit longer for the hard to get up temperature, so the moment he's a second ahead, which is fantastic news for Josh, as Charlotte is obviously now, she's officially led a lap, so that's great to see her in the lead and Marco fighting. But yeah, Owen Wyatt, he's lost a second to Josh. Obviously the detection point is before the last corner, but so Josh has to break away now. Has to maximum pace now for the next few laps. Break away and see what he can do, and hope these guys behind fight as Craggy's all the back of Owen Wyatt with them hards. Not quite up to temperature yet, I don't think.
No, and especially when it gets to overcast conditions. We got Mert up the inside of Craggy, so now Mertens get past as well. So it's kind of a bit of deja vu, isn't it, from earlier on, it looks like. As we got Craggy going around the outside in towards the final corner. Bit of contact from the pair of them. That's going to help Owen break away from these two, and I'm sure Owen Wyatt is definitely going to be happy with that. But Craggy does get past Owen. Mert, sorry. As Craggy's got brilliant straight line speed. We've got a yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
That's one of the hazards. I believe that's Lukey. That might be Lukey, actually. So, yeah, he lost a bit of ground, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a bit of a shame for Lukey so far, as he's not having the best of races so far. His teammate Atslot does come into the pits, though.
Yeah, we've got a Williams 1-2 at the moment. Obviously, Charlotte in 8 laps on the soft tyre. That is quite amazing tyre management there by the Williams driver. And I assume all these Williams will be in this lap. I assume Charlotte will pit this lap. He's got J. Cole on the hard tyre in 3rd place, and Josh, our net leader, is in 5th, and the gap to Owen Wyatt's 1.5 seconds. So Owen's now starting to find a bit of pace again, but Craggy is all over the back end, and Mert has lost out there, but he's dropped back a bit there, so that's not worked out too well for Mert them few laps.
Yeah, a bit unfortunate for him. The different strategies is working different for different people. I can't advise which tyre to go on for any of these drivers, because people may prefer one tyre and people may prefer different tyres. It's really hard to tell. As Charlotte comes in, apologies if the stream is glitchy, everyone, and we are having problems with it. I am trying to fix it as we speak. As Charlotte comes in, so does Matter. Luckily, both in different teams. Yes, they are blue, but yes, they are different teams. So there you go. As Josh overtakes quite a lot of people. As the undercut seemed to work. He's now got the clear air, which has helped him a little bit. 2 seconds is the gap, but don't forget he has to use that hard tyre later on in the race, which means that when it gets overcast, he's probably going to struggle with the overheating, which is probably why Owen Wyatt has gone on to the hards now and going on to the mediums later, so we can have the softer tyre with the part of the race where it has the least grip.
Yeah, definitely. Marco's overtaking Dave there for 9th place. Marco going on the soft tyres, and Charlotte's gone softs again. So Charlotte's going really get some strategy. Double soft. Her tyre management must be fantastic to attempt a double soft strategy around here. So yeah, double soft to Charlotte, and she's doing the soft medium strategy. Going that long on the softs, I presume she will be on the soft medium strategy. As Owen Wyatt, the gap's now 2 seconds, as you mentioned. Owen's he's just got to try and survive this part of the race, and it will come back to him later on the stint, I do believe, and then obviously we'll be on the memes at the end. and these guys will be on the hard. So he's the outlier of these front runners on the hard tyre. So yeah, it's going to be a struggle for him at the moment. But he's doing a good job keeping Craggy behind, and this is working out absolute treat for Josh in the Alpine, who is just pulling away at leap. He's pulling away so much at the moment. He's got J-Cole about 3 seconds ahead, but I think they should pit before he gets to them, the two leaders.
Yeah, I think we only got 2 drivers who I believe who are still yet to pit, and they've got to complete their 2 stops. And we know the mediums could last just for a little bit longer. So, but both of them that are in the top 2 at the moment are going to lose a chunk of time where they are. So, if I were them, especially if I was Alexis, I would come into the pits now and get onto a set of the mediums or the hard tyres. Again, don't ask me what tyres, as Sam's going side by side with Arnold. Probably what you would not be expecting, because of course Arnold will be expecting to fight near the front of the grid, but Arnold, of course, has got a point to prove. Again, getting a few points is better than no points at all, and fair play for Arnold for keeping going in this race as well. Same with Matt FNG that had a problem earlier. There was quite a few people in the lower tiers. Not P4 though, every single driver in P4 finished the race, so fair play to them. There's quite a few drivers in P3 and P2 just gave up and retired in the pit. You should not do that. I encourage you to keep going regardless, because who knows, you can score a decent amount of points in one hub racing. So do not give up without a fight, I would say as well. Craggy's doing something similar to what we saw Mert do with Owen. Craggy has got better straight line speed, but Owen's just better on the battery, which is helping Owen just stay ahead of Craggy. Craggy needs to be better with the battery management.
Yeah, considering Owen hasn't got boost mode, it's quite impressive how well he's managing actually. He's on like 87%. It's AV Mason's in for a set of soft tyres. So the Williams guys are going for a similar strategy, just different starting options there. Is Charlotte now on the back of Dave for 8th place now, and Charlotte now on the softs. He's got inside of Dave's going to be a late move if she does. It is very late, but Dave does defend quite well. Now can Charlotte get a good exit up the hill to turn 3? He's almost banging the wheel of the McLaren there. It's so close, and Dave is going to defend it. I think Charlotte's too far back. He's going for a send here. She thinks about it as a late move, but Dave's going to fight it round the outside. Charlotte's going to get the better traction, but Dave will be on the outside. It should be the better line, but Charlotte's through to 8th place. Great move there by the Williams driver up the inside of Dave. So yeah, Charlotte making good progress there. These guys having a nice battle in the midfield.
Interestingly, Charlotte has done a similar strategy to what we saw Wolf do in the P4 tier, going on double softs. And actually, no. Did she start on? I can't remember. But I think she started on soft, yeah, she started on soft. She's gone for a similar strategy to Wolf, and I kind of like that the people have gone for bold strategies. So I have to say fair play to her, and she's up position, and it's very crucial that she gets a few positions done. Marco's gone for something similar, but I believe he started on medium, so he's gone for a medium soft. I think he might be doing a medium soft hard, which could work for Marco in the long run. Yes. The gap now between Josh and Owen is 1.6 seconds. Josh is now leading this race with Owen Wyatt in 2nd and Craggy in 3rd place. We're almost halfway through this race, and hopefully you can now be able to watch the stream. Now I'll be uploading the recording after this race to make sure you get an uninterrupted point of view of mine for the Grand Prix, so do not worry. I'm watching Owen's battery level, and again it's still around the 50-60 level as we get towards turn number 1, and that's why Craggy is not having a sniff right now. We got Alexis Mason that's having a battle win at Samster in towards T1, and Alexis just has the upper hand there. Alexis on a similar strategy to her teammate, but apart from that, she started on mediums, and I think Charlotte must have told her that the soft tyres worked an absolute treat for her, so Alexis has gone for the same tyres as well. And speaking of Charlotte, I've just given her a commentator's curses. Kieran has got passed by Matter. So they're side by side happening with Jaco and Kieran now. Kieran seems to be struggling, it looks like, heading towards TC. There's action happening. Luke up the inside as on those medium tyres. Kieran does not like those softs at all. I'm rewatching his battery management. It's doesn't seem to be the best for Kieran right now as we make our way towards turn 10, whereas everyone else seems to be A-OK on this one. It's just weird to see a former P1 champion struggling in this tier.
Yeah, it's just so difficult. I mean, I'm a P4 tier champion. I'm defending P4. I'm midfield in that tier. So yeah, it's just so difficult to try and get the management so right. If you used to drive a certain way, I'm used to driving a certain way. I just find it so difficult to adapt to these new cars. I think Kieran's suffering similar fate, and obviously, Yeah, it's good to see. He's still sticking in there though, having a nice fight there. These guys in the back, and actually, ironic enough, when Nuki passed Kieran, I was actually lucky to get by Kieran there. Lukey actually compromised teammates. He had a big swap on halfway on lap, and Maxlock had to back out of it and had to back out of it. But he's got through now, and now Kieran's going to fight back. Kieran's on 0%, so he's really struggling. And Matt FNG at the back there, obviously a lonesome race for him, but he's sticking in there. Good to see. And obviously, as you mentioned, there's points. Even in that last place, you can still get a point by doing the fast lap on the last lap. So there's plenty of reasons to take in the race, and obviously safety cars may happen, but at the moment that safety car doesn't look very likely as Senna has a bit of a spin coming out of turn 3 there. Senna getting a bit screwy there, and he's dropped 3 places there. So yeah, Senna on his return, struggling a bit at the moment, trying to get back up to speed.
Yep, Senna unfortunately not having the race that he was hoping for, but again, he hasn't been racing for a while. He's been away, so he's going to try and get rid of the rust, let's just say, if you are ERT Senna, but you still got plenty of rounds this season. You got plenty of it, and Owen Wyatt's now caught up within the overtake mode of Josh. This could be game on if you're in the top 4, and Mert's in this as well, and the hards are starting to get into a good operating window if you're the Red Bull of Owen Wyatt. He unfortunately got a penalty last time out. He's got the battery that he needs. Could this be make or break for the Northern Irishman as we make our way towards lap 16? No, we're still on lap 15, never mind. Lap 15 of 21 up now, halfway distance. Owen Wyatt going a bit too deep. That's allowing Craggy to try and go for the move on him, but that was very, very lucky. But that costed him a few attempts, I think, and he's going to be probably out of the overtaking range next lap, it looks like. So Owen Wyatt's going to probably potentially use a bit more battery.
Yeah, that's a good job of saying something there. But ironically enough, sometimes you lose time coming in exit, but you actually gain on the exit there. It's like helped him keep positioning. But yeah, these mediums now starting to dig up a bit now. I believe now the hards will definitely be the quicker tyre. As the past few laps, I'm watching the gap's been coming down like half a second every lap there. So I do expect to see Owen Wyatt being the back of Josh again. I think he will hang on to the overtake zone just about, but these medium guys will be considering their pit stop pretty soon, I think. Cause next 2 or 3 laps, you might, if you're going hard to the end, you'll be pitting now because you want to get the best stint length out the hard tyre. So pitting early may be beneficial to these guys, but Owen Wyatt will be going a bit longer because he's on the alternate strategy. So
unless he has double hards.
To do. Yeah, maybe double hards could be a fit, could be a play, yeah, could be a play. But if not, then he's got some overtaking to do. Actually, Josh did a great job this lap. He's so close to breaking that gap, but I think Owen Wyatt's just about held on there. Yeah, Owen Wyatt, he's just about within that second there. But so I'm impressed by Josh in this race. He has really done quite well under tremendous pressure from the guys behind.
Yep, tremendous pressure from Josh at the moment. And speaking of Josh, he comes into the pits. Yeah, Craggy's in, Mert's in, Alex stays out on the sound because his teammates in the pit. Owen stays out. Alex, I'm a bit shocked that he was the one who hasn't pitted, but of course Craggy's struggling a bit more on those medium tyres, and they're probably going to hope that the undercut would work perfectly for them, just like we saw Josh do in the last lap. So Owen Wyatt's got the clean air. Let's just see what he could do with clean air now as the next few laps unfold. Is he going to do maybe what we saw Cos do in P4 and stay on the softs, or maybe go onto the medium tyres? Potentially the medium tyres would be the best option because you're going to lose so much time with the undercut. We are seeing Dave, by the way, have a very good battle with Alexis Mason. Dave has been on those tyres for 8 laps. Alexis been on those tyres for 4 laps. Yes, they're on a different strategy compared to everybody else, but these drivers could be fighting for points paying positions in one hard racing. And would it be amazing for Alexis to get a point on debut? She almost got him on the braking zone, but she thinks better of it in towards turn 10 now. They're going to go side by side. I think Dave's got more battery than Alexis, but Alexis has got the overtake mode. She's going to try and brave it in towards turn 12, but Dave's like, no, thank you. My position is... Oh, he's gone a bit too deep, Dave, potentially, but maybe it might have been the best line. Yes, it was the best line, as Dave just about holds on to P4 on track from Alexis.
Yeah, you go side by side for Con. It's so difficult to know where the car is. I did it in my race, but you got cars side, but you know where they are because you see the red arrows, but you don't know where. You don't want to turn on there. But yeah, Dave got a great exit through there. Actually, he got fantastic traction out that corner there. Alexis Mason will have the battery, but she's going to use it, deploy it all down here, and Dave is going to use it a bit to defend. And we'll see if Alexis may do a send up turn 1. I think she's too far back there. She backed out of it there. Wise move there, not to go for a move there. That move wasn't on into turn 1.
She has been league racing for quite a while now in the last couple of months, and she's very smart not to go for a move there. But she's going to go for it. Yeah, we got a battle for Kieran. We also got a battle for Alexa. She's going very late on the brakes in towards turn 4, but I don't think it's going to work as Dave covers them off in towards turn 5 and 6. Yeah, I think she broke a bit too late into turn 4 and that compromised her exit. But yeah, let's jump on the battle. Oh, it's a bit of contact. Round the outside goes Alexis. Oh my goodness, these two battling is insane. And I think Alexis might just have that there. They got to probably brake late as
there's contact there.
That's not going to work for either driver, unfortunately, and they're going to lose a bit of time, which may compromise them later on. Meanwhile, this is a great fight. If your name's Kieran and Lukey. Kieran and Lukey are fighting for P13 on the track. As we got another battle for between Dave and Alexis. There's just so much battles going on.
Yeah, Alexis went deep there. That allowed Dave back through. It's allowing Samson to catch up out from the hard tyre. Samson does have a 3-second penalty, but Samson will be in this fight pretty soon. These guys keep battling like they did. The banging wheels, losing you for time. And if I was Dave, or Alexis, I'd consider pitting this lap. I'd do the opposite of whatever one of these guys does and try and get out of this battle because they're losing so much time.
And we're seeing, obviously, Josh, Craggy, they pitted, Mert, they pitted, they're stuck in some traffic. So probably Owen staying out, it's probably worked more in their favour. I'm trying to remember how
get an offset.
The offset, yeah. As we got Alexis trying to get past Dave once again. Sam's as well on the back of this as well. Sam's had a bit of a slide coming out of turn 1, which cost him a little bit there. We're seeing, I think, Josh, Craggy and Senna fighting there. Senna doing all he can to... yeah, we got J. Cole as well. Oh my goodness! So this is great stuff for the two Cadillacs trying to fend off, of course, two potential champions.
Yeah, these guys are fighting over the race win effectively. Owen Wyatt. Oh, Wyatt's 21 seconds ahead of Josh. Owen Wyatt could theoretically pit and come out very close, second, if not ahead. Yeah, second. Yeah, be quite close on the pit exit. It depends how they clear Senna here, and obviously. Quite ironic because Senna's an ERT driver and Owen's an ERT driver, so it's quite ironic.
You're not allowed to help.
No, you're not allowed to do that, no. But it's quite ironic how it works out sometimes.
I know. We don't want to start conspiracy theories in the stream. No. If I was Owen, maybe if you had another set of hard tyres, I would pit now because you're probably going to come out in second or maybe the lead anyway. So let's see what he's going to do. He stays out. I wonder if he's going to aim for soft. I think he's going for medium. I don't think he has a set of hards left.
Mediums or softs, yeah. If it was hard, he'd pitted by now. He's pitted 2 or 3 laps ago, so definitely mediums or softs for him. Samson gets another penalty. That might cost him a potential.
Oh, I thought he was I thought he was going to get past there, but the gap just throwed a hissy fit. As Dave comes into the pits, Alexis stays out. So that's that fight over.
Now will surely get past Cadillac here down the straight, surely, as Senna is defending it, as he's entitled to do. It is for position, as Josh is going to go around the outside. Senna's got some good straight line speed. You have to say, Senna's got some excellent straight line speed. Josh gets a good exit for him, he may be able to send it, and Senna hasn't got much battery left, so if I was Josh, I'd dump it down and just get by. You just have to get by this guy, even if you don't the ideal battery, you just have to get by him.
Round the outside goes Josh. Yeah.
And he's through.
What about
Craggy? Craggy, can he get through? Craggy has to get through here, really, and he does.
Oh no, he does
Senna's
not.
fighting back low. No, Senna. Oh wow, Senna is. Craggy's in the gravel.
Craggy's got to let J. Cole through. He's got to let J. Cole through, which he does. So fair play to Craggy. He's always got to
let Senna through as well. J. Cole's got by Senna, so
and he lost a few positions. So I think
Logan's pass as well.
Yeah, Logan's pass. So I think it's now going to be a battle between Owen Wyatt and Josh for the win now. I think Craggy, unfortunately, is out of this. Owen, I think, Owen's done a very smart thing to pit. Yeah,
I don't think Craggy's on the Cadillac team. So now you've got contact between the Merc and that's Mert out. Mert and Senna collided there.
Safety car. That's good timing for Owen.
Yeah, that's Mert out the race, and a guy with a pole in the front row. He's thought that Mert would be so disappointed. His season looks so good in the pre-season. He's going to be a long way behind championship rivals. Owen's in Alex as well. Owen and Alex are going to be first and second. So Alex has worked out a treat for Alex as well. Samson gets a 10-second penalty.
It's good timing for the ones who haven't pitted yet. It's good time for those who haven't pitted yet because
Owen's in the lead. Everyone will pitch now. Everybody will pit now. Fresh set tyres. So everybody will. No brainer to pit. Yeah, no brainer to pit.
And Logan says that. And do you know what this means? This is the first safety car we've had all day. Yes, we had a VSC in P3, I believe, but that was it. So Owen Wyatt, Oh my God, that was probably the most luckiest timing he ever had. He committed to the pit lane and the safety car got called out. I remember that happened in another league that I'm not going to name. I think you were commentating that race. It was around Austria.
Yeah.
Both times I pitted, the safety car came out. And that was one of the times where you couldn't pit on the safety car. So,
Tell you who's happiest about that? Matt FNG. Stuck in the race. 17 laps in on the hard tyres. He's going to come out in 15th place on a fresh set of mediums, and Matt FNG is back in the race. So he's the happiest man tonight. The unhappiest man is Mert for sure. I just saw the end of it. I didn't see what happened there, but it looked like the Cadillac and the Mercedes came together. And
I've seen in the chat.
I'm pretty sure that will be in the steward's office. So that will definitely be in the steward's office.
Wait.
Which opens tomorrow.
Yeah, wait. So, I think I know what to put in the rivalries next week. So wait, if you're not doing it. I have a sneaky suspicion on who I'm going to put in rivalries. So, wait, I'm going to message you tomorrow. Thank you very much. But that has helped the drivers that have just pitted. Like Alexis Mason now up into 4th place. She's on the softs. Josh is on the softs as well. We've got quite a bit of mixture of strategy.
Arnaud's back in this race after his spin.
Arnaud's back in 5th.
Not an ideal tyres, but he could still get a good result. He's on the old tyres, but he could still get a good result out of it, though.
Yeah, this is going to be a very great ending of the race. So make sure you tune in for the rest of this one. Hopefully the stream stays in good nick as well very, very soon. But we'll run through your order then. So Samson, Samson's in?
He had 10-second speed penalty, so he can get rid of it.
Fair enough. If you do have a speeding penalty, get it served. And if you know it's
he's only going to drop a few places. He's only going to drop a couple places because Dave hasn't caught up the train yet. It's going to drop to 13th, I believe. So it's not worked out too badly for Samster there. So, yeah. He might be close to Dave because actually he's got a served penalty, so he might actually be behind Dave. So I've got about serving the penalty, but
never mind.
He's going to be close to his teammate coming out the pits. So two Aston Martin boys going to be together like they have been.
Alexis and Arnaud came together there in the safety car.
Very weird. Samster comes out in 15th, just behind his teammate. So there we go.
Let's hope there's no damage from either Alexis or Arnaud there, because otherwise that's going to be investigated with the stewards. But we will, of course, see.
The Red Bull looks intact to me.
And I think the Williams looks okay as well. So I think it was just a bit of a love tap, and luckily it's a safety car, so we are all a-okay on that one. So yeah, we got Owen, Alex, Logan, Alexis, those are your top 4. And we got Arnaud, Josh, Jaco in P7 in his first race back. Great to see him. Craggy in P8. Matt at 9th. This is a shaking up grid, to be honest, if I were you. Marco in 10th. Senna in 11th. Charlotte at the moment your final point scorer. Then we got Dave, Matt, Samster, Lukey, Kieran and Axel, and obviously your retirement is Mert. And we know that Mert's going to probably put his in the stewards room. Mert is getting very unlucky because surely he should have got more points, and that's another person I put in the predictions that I not going to score now because I predicted Mert to be in the top 3 and he didn't get top 3. So God damn it.
He could have been podium his first 2 races, and now he's only on 2 points. Got 11th place last week, so that's not ideal. As
nope.
So, yeah, that's not good news for him. As safety car can go one more lap. We should be going next lap, I believe. As I'll keep track on penalties for you. We've got Mata on a 3-second penalty. Mata in 9th place. So shout out to Mata in 9th. Good job for him. But a 3-second penalty. Charlotte in 12th got a 3 seconds. You got Samson, Lukey both on 6, and Kieran in 3 seconds. Samson's in again. I wonder if Samson's maybe. Oh, Lukey's in. Sorry, Lukey's in. I wonder if Lukey's thinking, I'm at the back here. I might as well go for a fresher set of tyres. This is actually quite a 100% IQ move here by Lukey to go on a fresh set of tyres. So obviously safety car will be in this lap, and the tyres will be, and you get tyre temperature will be better to warm tyres up more as well, a bit of a push lap. So your safety car will definitely be in this lap. So yeah, Lukey the 100 IQ move there.
And definitely IQ move.
6 penalties though.
And definitely Definitely IQ move, because at this stage I believe we're in overcast conditions. Yes, it's not going to make a difference to the visibility, but it's going to make a difference to the track temps. The tyres are going to be colder. It's going to be hard if you're on the harder tyre to warm your temperatures up. So if you're the likes of Alexis, Josh, Craggy, Marco, Senna, Charlotte, Dave, Lukey or Samster, you're going to be the ones with the best tyres at this stage. But are you going to make it last the longest? That's the question. So could the Means be the best tyre? We don't know. The ones who have been on the oldest hards, they're going to be warm, but they're probably going to be cold at this point. So are they going to struggle to attack from, defend from the ones who are on the softer tire? This is going to be nail-biting stuff, so make sure you listening, because I have no idea who's going to be winning this race, and it's going to be very exciting indeed. Owen Wyatt, of course, leading this one, has been controlling this race for quite a lot of it, apart from a few laps. Actually, I think he's led most the entire. Yeah, he's led the entire Grand Prix. Yep, he's led the entire race so
safety
far.
Car, pits up windows.
Yeah, so that it's worked wonders. If your name is actually no, he has not led the entire race, because obviously there was a few drivers that have not pitted. But the safety car is in this lap. Owen's going to be the Burt Mylander. It is turn to go, and he's got to time it perfectly here as to when he could go, because he's going to have people like Alex, like Logan, like Alexis, like Arnold that are very keen to get going then. And we are about to get underway. Alex looking very busy and caught Owen Wyatt off guard. Logan doing the same, and it looks like Alex is going to take the lead from Owen Wyatt in towards turn one. But can Owen Wyatt fight back? Looks like he can, and it's going to be side-by-side action. Through three now they go. Owen used a bit of battery. Marco gets a penalty, and Alex tries to go around the outside, but Owen was like, nope, you're not having that position, sunshine. Owen keeps the lead. Alexis is up at one position after passing Logan, so Alexis is up to third in the podium position. Now he's chasing down Alex as well on those soft tyres. It's crucial that she gets a move on ASAP as well, especially also Josh Doe. So Owen Wyatt just about holds on to the lead from your reigning champion.
Yeah, Alex got a great run out the last corner there, and actually almost passed Owen before the start-finish line, but you're side by side, but Owen defended really well there. Just had to get him, he was on the right lines there, and Alex just didn't quite have the overspeed of Owen there. And Owen, I'd say, was under tremendous pressure there, but I was so impressed by the way he kept the lead there, because I thought it was gone for sure after the restart, but great job by him. Also, Alexis, crucial move getting by Animal so quickly. And look at Alexis right on the leaders, but as I said, she has to make the progress quick, because them softs, they may struggle in the race. We've got a Cadillac. That looks like it's Senna. Yeah, Senna has got an issue. He's dropped down to 13th place there. Maybe a bit of a spin in that corner where traction is so difficult on.
Overtake mode is now enabled, so there's a chance for Alex to fight back on Owen, and surely this is going to be move set and done for Alex. Maybe not. Maybe not. Looks like Alex and Owen are running similar battery levels, so this could be even Stevens. But I think, Alex, you've got to be worrying about two drivers, the one behind you and the one in front of you. But I don't think Alexis is using that much battery than we would have, saving that much battery than we would have liked. So I think it's going to be either Owen versus Alex for the race win. And there was a safety car, yes, Gather. Matt and one of the Cadillacs came together as we got Kieran and Samster go. They were going side by side. Charlotte as well, making a few blazes. Of course, the safety car has not helped Charlotte. As one of the Audi, the Kieran, is going to be on the attack. Of course, they were in the stewards room last week. They don't want to get involved in the stewards anytime soon. Craggy, who got very unlucky during that safety car, he's going to try and make a move past former rival Marco in towards turn 11 and 12. Bit of contact. They're still going to go side by side. Not many people go side by side, but Craggy's going to use a bit of overtake. Craggy does not have enough battery. He's got 0%. I think Marco's got more battery to use up. It's the Mercedes. And through turn 13, straight line mode is enabled. Craggy's got a penalty. And Craggy is weaving.
He's weaving.
Yeah, he's weaving with frustration. Meanwhile, his teammate, though, Jamie, is loving life. He's got the most battery out of anybody. Surely, Alex is the favourite to win this race.
Yeah, these front three broke where the hard tyre is not working at the moment. Alex is going to go defend the inside. Alex can go around the outside to come the inside into turn two, and he's going to go a bit wider. That'll give him a great exit, and he's in the lead. Can Owen fight back though? He's gives a bit of a squeeze there, but I think Alex got the move done. Owen, is he going to send it? Look at AV Mason around the Alex Mason around the outside. Alex Mason going to go for second place around the outside, and she gets the move done. But Owen Wyatt does fight back. They're going side by side, but Alexis has got it done on the outside. Them soft tyres are working an absolute treat at the moment.
Maybe that's worked out for Alexis. Maybe, but to be fair, Owen knew a safety car was going to come out.
So close to contact there.
It was so close to contact there.
Alexis did well there to avoid contact. And Alexis, can she go for the lead here? She has led a lap earlier on, but that was on a strategy offset. Can she lead the lap on for good now? But Alex, I have to say, has done really well there. he seems to have found a way to drive the car in this final stint. He seems more in control than he was earlier on.
He seems more control with the battery as well. Maybe he's learnt what Owen Wyatt has done, and that's what helped control Owen a little bit. But we'll have to wait and see, of course. But at this stage, Owen could be on for a podium. Same with Arnaud as well. Arnaud's coming back into this, so is Josh. So anything can happen with these final few laps of this Grand Prix. So please watch this space. And J. Cole could be in this race. Oh, it's Charlotte. Charlotte's had enough. Charlotte's had enough in the background. She's had a bit of a spin. And she's got to wait for the other cars to get past her. She was doing so well, so unfortunately she's not going to get any points today. Meanwhile, Kieran is on for P12. Who would have thought that after the first few stints on this Grand Prix? As we've got Kieran, it's making his way past Matt FNG, and they make contact. As well. Kieran's made contact with Matt FNG, but Charlotte gets a speeding in the pit lane penalty. I won't be surprised if she goes to retire the car, and she does. So, yeah, that is her race over, but she still has her teammate Alexis fighting strong. She could be on for the win here.
Yeah, fight for the... Yeah, definitely podium, definitely. Sure, it was... Yeah, it's Matt FNG. Who'd have thought Matt FNG and Kieran would be fighting for a point after lap one, but here we are. They're both in the points. It just shows you never give up, and I say, Matt, yeah, it's great to see. Obviously, all the guys at back got penalties, so you have to say all the penalties at the back of the field. And Alexis Mason, I've been impressed by her this race. The two winning drivers, I think, have got really good pace, and it's great to see him doing so well. As but Owen Wyatt now, he's now. These guys have all got 80% battery, so they're managing the battery
it well,
really well. Arnaud not so much, but Arnaud, he's got to try and get into the overtake zone. That's what he's doing now. I believe he's done it now. I believe he's in the overtake zone, so...
I think what Owen's going to do, Owen's going to try and help his teammate get within this DRS trade. I think you got to do if you got to do well in the constructors as well. So that is what he's going to try and do. All of them take the shortest run to the line, and it's going to be so hard for any of them to beat Alex, because I think track position is key here. As Alex may have run a bit too deep, maybe not. He's all right at the moment, but Owen Wyatt is the best with the battery compared to Alexis.
Great exit.
A great exit as well. Alexis braking on late on the brakes. Sorry, so she's gone too deep there, which is going to allow Owen Wyatt to try and overtake her, but unfortunately not quite goes as Kieran has left the session. Oh no! After a strong performance, hopefully we can get him back soon. As Matt FNG has his AI is dropping way down. That was bad timing if you're Kieran there, but Owen almost had like 100% battery. He is managing his battery to perfection right now, and he's got to get past Alexis. That's what's holding him up at the moment. He's got to get past Alexis, but the difficult thing is Alexis is just as efficient with the battery as Owen is.
Yeah, it's very difficult. Yeah, it's so much harder to... When you trail like this, it's so difficult to take, because everyone's doing the same thing basically, and it's just so difficult. And Alexis, obviously, on the old DRS days, it was a lot easier, because DRS is basically you had it and you didn't have it, but this is just so much more. Think about it, as Alexis is going to go here in the final corner, and she gets the move done, but I believe Alex will now have the overtake mode, and Alex will surely just pass Alexis down the straight.
I think that was not very smart from Alexis. That's not very smart from Alexis, because they're
side by side.
They're side by side, free winding towards turn one. Surely someone has to back off here, but Alex, I think, regains the lead from Alexis, and surely Owen Wyatt's going to follow them through, and I'm almost certain Alex is going to go on to win this race, as Alex and Alexis Owen and Alexis, going side by side in towards turn four, both just about leaving each other room. Yellow flag, that is one of the Audis of Kieran rejoining after the disconnect. That's not working well at all. If your name's Kieran, he's about to be lapped, which is really bad at timing. But Owen Wyatt is now in to second place, and he's going to try and fight for the win. But Alexis is fighting back once more in towards turn 10.
Yeah, like I say, credit to Alexis, a great fighter here, and she's on for a podium. If she keeps it together, she should be on for a podium, and it should be fantastic for her. And I say, be so close to the race win as well. You got a bit lucky with the safety car, but the thing is, if you get lucky,
pace anyway.
you got to take advantage, because if you don't have the pace, you just fall through the field. So yeah, she has definitely got good pace, and it'd be fantastic to see a female driver on the podium in the top tier. Obviously, I'm not going to curse it. I hope I don't curse it, but yeah.
I'm not cursing it either. So the last female driver to get a podium in one hub racing is me. And,
actually, Alex is coming up to lap.
Yeah, lap Kieran.
Alex is coming up to lap Kieran.
Craggy,
Craggy, actually. Yeah,
Oh.
what's happened to Craggy there? But Craggy's
Right,
not wrong about. But
Owen.
Craggy's doing the right thing. Get out of the way there.
Here comes
Yeah.
Owen Wyatt. He's using all that battery. We're on the final lap of this race, and he's going to be late on the brakes once again. But Owen Wyatt, I wonder if Alex is going to play it safe now and just let these two fight, which I think is very, very smart to do. Just take the podium and fight. Let these two fight for the race win. This is now biting stuff if you're the Ferrari or the Red Bull. The last time these two cars fought each other was in 2022, where we saw another new reg of cars. It was Charles Leclerc versus Max Verstappen. We're seeing a carbon copy of these two fighting for the race win. We also got Alexis as well that could jump them as well if these two make contact, and I am very excited to see how it's going to play out right at the end of this race. Of course, Alex didn't just about, well, but he pretty much had a good result last week. He was very consistent. If he could keep this up, he could be leading the championship going into the break week, and you would want to lead the championship going into the break week. Really, really great stuff from the Ferrari drivers. So 3 drivers who have performed exceptionally well are now with a good recovery in 4th. But let's talk about, I think that this race win is not going to change it. Alex has got the battery. No. Owen Wyatt does not. So I think it's going to be an Alex victory unless he makes a mistake. Through into the final corner he goes. Have you got a yellow flag from someone? I think it was Mata. But Alex controlled the race right to the end. Alex wins, Owen Wyatt second, and in the first time in one hub racing we have a female going on the podium in the top tier. Alexis Mason, take a bow, well done to her. Arnold with a great recovery to 4th, but surely that would have been, I think, a podium for him if he didn't have that contact earlier on. Josh in 5th, what could have been for him. Animal in P6, Jaco in P7, Dave in 8th, Marco in 9th, still a lot of work to do, and Matt FNG, look at him, he spun that one, and guess what, he didn't give up and got points, and so did this man, Axelot. On his return to one hub racing, he has got points, despite him picking up the game at about 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, shout out to Axelot there getting points, and also Craggy may be lapped, but Craggy does get the points for the fast lap outside top 10. Inside top 10 it is Marco. Marco seemed to have better pace today, but I think it was just unfortunate safety car. I think Marco's starting to get up to speed a bit more. I will expect to see him improve later on, but I'd say well done to Alex. A great drive for him. Obviously his 8th win in one racing, and for our reigning champion, what a way to win. And Owen Wyatt, obviously that was a great job for him, and that's going to be his 14th podium on race. And obviously Alexis Mason getting the podium on your debut. It's her first race on a race, and to get the podium.
That's
as
amazing.
Well. So all sorts of records, and yeah, she led some laps as well. So yeah, a positive debut for her. Obviously she qualified in 16th, so from 16th to 3rd. That is fantastic.
That is incredible. Yes, there was a safety car, but like we were saying, you have to have the pace. She had those pace on those softs, and it just shows that. I was saying in the P4 stream, the best time to put on those softs is that late safety car. We had that late safety car. She put it on the softs, and it made it work. So I think everybody in the top 3, I think, is going to be very happy with the result. Yes, Owen, I felt like could have fought for the win today, but it's better than, of course, losing out on the podium due to a penalty, so he will take that in a heartbeat. So quite a few drivers I've seen lost force feedback in that race. Lukey and Logan as well, so a bit unfortunate for them. So we've had Alex race winner, fastest lap belonging to Marco overall. Alexis getting driver of the day in game. Most overtakes Kieran, and cleanest driver is Alexis. Let's run through your order then. So inside the top, we'll run for your fastest lap in just a moment. But anyway, so Alex wins from Owen Wyatt 2nd. Alexis on debut from 16th to 3rd. You know who my driver of the day is going to be going to. I'm almost certain about that. Arnold in 4th, Josh in 5th, Logan in 6th, J. Cole 7th, Dave in 8th, Marco in 9th, and also gets the fastest lap point inside the top 10. So he gets some extra points there. Senna in 10th, Matt in 11th, Axelok in 12th, Samster 13th, Kieran 14th, Lukey 15th, Matta 16th, Craig 17th, but he gets a point outside the top 10. And your retirements are Charlotte and Mert. Charlotte retired in the pit lane, and Mert had a crash that brought the safety car. I don't usually get to go first, but I'm
you
gonna
go first.
I'm gonna go first because otherwise you would have probably picked it, and I want to take this opportunity to do so because I'm being a bit biased. I'm sorry, but you know I'm gonna have to vote Alexis because like we were saying earlier, she had pace early on as well, even lower down the field, making some great moves. But during that late safety car, she made the move work. She even fought for the lead quite a few times and was able to keep it clean with the likes of Owen and Alex. So that's going to be my sim racing setups driver of the day. And my question for her is, congratulations on being the first female top tier driver to get on the podium. After when you qualified, were you expecting to be in that position come the end of the race? Now, how do you feel getting such a good result on a debut? And Jamie, who's your sim racing setup driver of the day?
Few contenders. Got some shout outs here. Shout out to Axelok and the point on his no notice in top tier. Shout out to Matt G for sticking in there, doing the one of go and gets tough spirit, sticking in there, getting a point. Shout out to our good friend Jake, who I don't know how he does it, but every time there's his car in his races, he gets a great result. It looks unlikely, but he always gets a good. Jake always reminds me of me in a way, where we're in Carnage race, we just somehow basically get a result out of nowhere.
That's me in another league in Madrid.
And also shout out to Owen Wyatt, who had a fantastic race, and it was so close between these guys, but I'm going to have to go for it. I know it's boring.
Your race winner.
Sorry. The race winner, Alex. I have to say, if Owen won the race, I'd have gone for him, but Alex, I think, from that safety car restart to being under pressure from Alexis Mason and Owen Wyatt, had to give it to Alach, reigning champion. I'll say, well done, mate. You must be happy with that. To defend your championship and win in round 2, that's a great job. What changed at the end of the race day? He seemed a lot more confident in that final stint.
To be honest, I was very close in voting for Owen Wyatt as well. I think if Owen Wyatt won, I would have picked him. So, I think Owen Wyatt, I think, is a close third, I think, from both of us.
If we had 3 nominations, Owen would have got one for sure.
If we had 3 nominations, Owen would definitely be the third. So, sorry, Owen, we love you, but there you go. But it shows that Owen does have the pace on this game, and I could definitely see him fighting for the win in one of these tracks. And, of course, Owen does like Bahrain, so it's not surprising to see him do well. But another treat that we had at One Hub Racing in the P1 and some strong races all around tonight. Again, apologise for the glitches tonight on the stream, but luckily it was stable towards that safety car period, which was great to see. Next week, we're not racing because we got a break week due to the UK bank holiday, so we get a weekend off, which means quite a lot of people will be away that weekend, but we will be back on, I'm just trying to see, on the 6th of September, where we head to where the real-life drivers are going to be racing at Monza. And good luck to all the drivers that are going to be racing at Monza. It's going to be harder to manage the battery, because speaking from experience, it's hard. It's mostly full throttle, and there's not much to save. So, a lot of lifting and coasting time.
Thanks for that. Thanks for that reminder. Well. Oh, well.
Anyway, what are your thoughts?
At least it's a quick race. It's a quick race, so it'll be over quick at least. But yeah, I still think it'd be a good race. Actually, it might make the race. It would be like Spa, really. Where Spa, we had a lot of the yo-yo races. So I expect to see yo-yo races to return with a vengeance in Monza, especially in lower tiers. So yeah, that we'll keep that far. But yeah, the Mercedes boys done unfortunate again. He's gonna have a point to prove. There's still 12 rounds to go, so still plenty of time. But he's a long way back, and Mert now has to go on a run, because I believe he's got the pace to win races, but he's just been so unfortunate these first 2 rounds. So
yeah. I think the Mercedes boys are just unlucky. And let's just hope they improve their. Hopefully they don't get unlucky in a couple of weeks' time. Of course, we still need a streamer for the P4 tier. So, like I was saying earlier on in P4, if you are interested and you're free at 3 p.m. usually on a Sunday, but I think it will be 3:30 for Monza. Please give myself or Jamie a message and we'll try and get you sorted for a couple of weeks' time, because we want P4 to be streamed after what we saw in P4. And P1 is absolutely fantastic. And of course, there's still space in P1 if you want to race in the top tier. I believe there's few more spaces, so if you're interested, let me know. A big thank you to our sponsors, by the way. We're not going to say it all properly because I know a lot of you are going to want to go to. So thank you to our title sponsor, Delta.app. We also got Next Level Racing, Sim Racing Setups, Pure Sim Gear, and we also got our partners, Vespertine and SimGrid, and our charity, Mental Health Foundation. Jamie, any final thoughts before we wrap up for this evening?
Yeah, thank you everybody watching. Another great days of racing. Obviously, the schedule was a bit cramped because of the Grand Prix, but we got it in. Good turnouts in 3 of the tiers, and yeah, looking forward to the break week. Obviously, I'm going to have a time to refresh and recharge, and yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. The racing's been great so far this season. I think the racing seems close than ever. So yeah, a lot of side-by-side moments. So yeah, can't wait to get going. And obviously, the main part of the season will begin in 2 weeks' time. Got a lot of races in quick succession. So yeah, enjoy the break week, everybody, and I'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
See you in 2 weeks. I've been Jess Ball, he's been Jamie, and enjoy the break week, and we'll see you for the Italian Grand Prix, 7:30 p.m. normal time for P1, and it'll most likely be 3:30 for P4, 4:45 P3, and 6 p.m. P2. But for now, take care, everybody, and there'll be one name that you'll remember. Alex is your Bahrain race winner for P1. Goodbye.